everybody, Farmer Ken Dog. How are you all doing? We were shut down for about 9 to 10 days, starting the 1st of May for rain. And looking at the forecast and the radar, looks like we've got another storm on the way from southern Alaska. When I looked last night, it was southern Alaska, northern BC. Looked like it might clip Queen Charlotte or Haida Gwaii, whichever name you want to call it. I hear it's really good fishing. Never been up there. My dad has been up there. They did really good on salmon. They caught a 50-pound lingcod, and this was right after he retired, and I was in the field planting. So he called me. He's like, "Hey, I'm getting ready. I'm headed up to Queen Charlotte for the weekend to fish." And I'm sitting there going, "Why do you have to tell me this while we're planting? You should wait till you get back and not tell me." So, but yeah. But we still did our usual fishing trip that summer. Let's see, what was I going to talk about? Okay, so after 9 to 10 days, like I said, we are back in the fields. I am in the 8360 RT with the Krat 9 from Lemken. I am in a 40-acre piece right now. Or no. Yes, 40 acres. I'm estimating by the time we're done planting, we're going to have 35 acres planted with potatoes. Because we leave headlands at both ends of the field, and there will be an irrigation road put in. At least one. So that's why I think we're going to lose 5 acres. But we do need those irrigation roads, we do need the headlands and all that. There's other farms around here for their headlands, they do massive headlands. But when they're done planting in the field, they go in and they plant the headlands and leave enough space for the sprayers to be able to turn around in, their pillars, their row cultivators, that kind of stuff. So there are farms that do plant headlands, but they've done for years. We've done it a few times, but wasn't something we like doing, so we don't do that. Let's see. I adjusted my speed. I was going a little too slow. Yesterday, started in a 40-acre piece that we're going to put in potatoes. About 1:30ish, 2 o'clock. Finished that field around 8 because the forecast said it was going to start raining at midnight and rain for the entire day today. So that didn't happen. We did have a shot of rain come through about an hour ago. Didn't rain enough to shut us down. Rain enough to clean my windows and the hood of the tractor. So, yeah. Well, it washed most of the dust off. It didn't really wash any of the mud that's been on there since I moved from the last field before the rain out. Well, during the rain out. So, we're going to try to plant this thing today. When I'm done here, I'm supposed to be going to a 60-acre piece to get that ready for barley. I believe the planter, when it's done here, is going to the field I did yesterday. So that field yesterday, because it got worked before the rain and then it sat for a majority of the rain, it didn't get all the field prep like this one did when we did it the first time. So this field I'm in now, We cultivated it. We ripidus, spaded. Used the Crad on it. Used all the rototillers in it. All ready to go. Decided to go play in a different field. So the one I did yesterday, it had only been ripidus and spaded. And then it got rained on and sat, so everything compacted down, made it a little bit harder to pull. I could only do about 5 miles an hour. Where most of the fields I can do about 6. This one in the back part, I just stopped right there so you could hear it. It's sandy, so it'll start bogging down. And I have to adjust my speed to keep my RPMs up. Because I want to be 19 to 20 or 1900 to 2000 RPM. Pulling this, and when it starts bogging down, I just rotate my little dial for the speed to get my speed down a little bit to where my RPMs go back up to where I want them. This does have the automatic system where it automatically adjusts the RPMs and the speed and all that. For some reason, when I was in this field blast, it decided that it was going to dump my RPMs all the way down to 1100, and I messed with it a little bit, tried to get to come back up, wouldn't come back up where I wanted it, so I turned the automatic off and just set my stuff the way I wanted. So that's my thing. I've ran the auto ones before, they're nice. For some reason this one was acting up. It's on the mechanics list to look into it when we're done, because it's running fine right now. If we can't figure out what went wrong and it starts working again, that's great. If it doesn't start working again, we can run it this way that I'm right now. So back to that field I did yesterday. I bounce all over the place with stuff, if you haven't noticed. So the 40 acres I did yesterday, I sprayed with the pre-emergent. I went into that field with 50 gallons in my tank, which is about 2.5 gallon jug of the pre-emergent ratio, and it's 2.5 gallons per 50 gallons of water. That is the ratio we use. That's what the booklet tells us to do, and that's what the company we get the pre-emergent through tells us to do. And they're the ones that come out and help me calibrate it every year also. So it's calibrated for 5.5 to 6 miles an hour to do 20 acres per tank. So that field should take 20 gallons of pre-emergent to tanks worth to do. I start with 50 gallons, emptied the tank, filled it up full, did 20 acres, and then put another 7.5 gallons in. So and knock that out. So I end up using just under 20 gallons of pre-emergent in that field. Got that done. Finished about 8:30. Went home, got up, went out to check the field to see if it dried out from any of the wind we got last night, early this morning, and the fertilizer buggy was there spreading, and then we decided we were going to plant this field first and then go to that one. So I moved my tractor over here, and I'm in here with two of the rototillers. All the rototillers we have are Machio 19.5 foot wides that need 300 horsepower minimum tractors. So one of the Machios in this field is on an 8345R. The other Machio in this field is on an 8320R. The other 8320R that we use with the rototillers is in the shop. The transmission went out on it. It should be back up and going soon, and we can get all three rototillers going again. But for now we're running two, and it's working fine. So, yeah. I believe the planter is planning to start around noon. Let me see what time it is. Yeah, it's about 10:45, so they might start before lunch because the rototillers have quite a lead on them. So yeah, that's what we're up to today. And thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. If you found me through a search, through next video to watch, or videos to watch next, search, thanks for watching this far, if you made it this far. But if you like to watch Twitch streamers, I don't stream on Twitch, don't worry, but my buddy that wanted me to start doing a YouTube channel on my farming, he's a Twitch streamer. His Twitch channel will be linked in the description below. Go give my buddy Crash Send a follow, check him out. He's a lot more entertaining than me, a lot funnier. But yeah, he usually plays Call of Duty, Warzone. We played Dead by Daylight. We played Forza, Horizon, whatever the one is out. I believe he's got a Cowboy theme week coming up where we're going to play Red Dead Redemption 2. And then when he plays Warzone, he's just going to use cowboy guns. So the lever action, shotguns, revolvers, that kind of stuff. So yeah. But if you came from Crash Send to check me out, thanks for jumping over. I'll talk to you guys in the chat at some point. And please like and subscribe. And like I said, one of my videos, if we get to 50 subscribers, I'll do a live stream for a half hour or so, and we'll have some fun. So I'll catch you all later. So it's a couple days after the little clip I just did, and I'm in that 40-acre piece I was talking about that I sprayed on Monday. We came back here, need a little bit of work, hit it again. We're going to try to mulch it today. I'm going to hit it again. We're going to rototill, start to plant. So we're going to go do a walkthrough of mine, so it's ready to go and get warmed up. So the ever important coffee I have to grab out of my truck, otherwise I'll get cranky, and everything else. So yesterday I did this field again. I literally finished this field. I was parking it when the rain hit. You can hear the 8400T firing up. That's got the mulcher on it. So I got a little bit of time, but once I warm up for a couple minutes, I gotta move the tractor out of the way. So to start, I check my oil. And I always put it on tighter than most people. Oil's good. Then there's 84T. With the mulcher and packer. So as he was going by, I was checking to make sure we weren't packing it full of mud. There's the rain from yesterday. So then tuck around here, check my hitch, check my hydraulic fluid. I can see where it's at. It doesn't really show up on video. Check my hydraulic hookups, make sure there's nothing leaking. Check tires, all my shanks, tips, make sure nothing's missing. Apparently, I don't have any grease points on here except for the hinges. So when I do the backs, I usually spin them. Make sure they're still able to roll. Come to this side. Tire looks a little low, or it's just because of the dirt. I'll have the mechanic bring me a tire gauge. Check my tracks. And then when I get back to this side, I pop the hood and check belts. Make sure there's nothing leaking under the hood or out of the filters. Everything looks good under the hood. If you ever start getting dry, I'll have to pull the air filter a couple times a week to make sure that's clear. Now to start up. Hear that beep? That's my Greenstar 3 turning on. Usually when I start, I leave the door open for a few minutes so I can listen to the engine. And I'll go through all my stuff, wait for my GPS to connect, so I have auto steer, turn on my auto steer, and then when we're ready to go, when there's enough room for me to go, then I'll go. So until then, I'm going to pull out of the way and finish warming up. But when I do it, I usually stay at an idle when I move.